Congratulations to all my viewers. I am from Kenya. I welcome everyone to come and share as you pass through my video by the name Awesome in TikTok. I'm also in YouTube by the name Pastor Mariam. And this is my time, this is my session to congratulate everyone out there. I'm patting your back because you and I are about to complete this year, 2024. It has been an aggressive and a hectic year, but we've made it. We are only counting a few days before we elapse this year. We have to congratulate oneself because it's an achievement. Okay, this time around, I'm happy because though I haven't been able to record any video for the last 2 weeks, I always indicate that each and every eventuality, each and every issue happens at its own right time. And this time around I'm here and I'm jovial. I'm happy, and I will request all my viewers, the old, the young, those who happen to view me for the first time, let's all engage in this topic. Okay, and this is the topic. I feel very concerned for multitude, mostly the youth, the Gen Zs and Millennium, who happen to be employed either locally or abroad, but they have no spirit of investing. Those are the ones that I'm to speak about today. And I proceed to plead for forgiveness if at all I will be an eyesore or even an annoyance to anyone. I've just felt to speak about all this because we know investing, to invest, it's an issue that happens to keep someone buoyant in this wicked and cruel world. The world is full of scammers and crooks, but you and I, if we happen to have our own investment, we'll catch up somewhere and we won't live a lie. And this is all what I plead or I request to start with. Okay, we happen to have those young youth who are migrating to overseas. There are those who prefer to go to Europe, to America, or even Middle East. And I've come to realize that, okay, they do happen to communicate with their family back home, their kinsmen, their kinswomen, but multitude or majority of them, when they happen to take that flight where they are to work for years, because there are those who have been there even over 10, 20 years, they don't have a spirit to invest. They don't fix their saving in a bank account. They are living a life of celebrating. There are those who prefer ordering outfits online, and they really, their usage of their hard-earned cash is in high. It's in high. Yeah. Okay, I happen to have some of my relatives who are there, and I would prefer to pinpoint one of them who happens to be a lady. Okay, this is her about 7th year since she relocated up there. And mind you, before she boarded that flight to go to work to one of those countries, let me pinpoint the Middle East country, one of the Middle East country, she gave birth to a baby boy, and the boy was left under the care of the mom. And in her first years, there was a signal that she had plans to invest back home. But on her way, she met her suitor. They engaged in a relationship. investing became a mirage or even an oasis, because things turns the way we didn't expect them to, because it's as if she forgot the purpose of her going to work in a Middle East country. That is just one of them that I'm pinpointing. We have others who are in Europe, others are in America. They always complain that taxes from those spheres of continents, they choke them, because you happen to have even over 10 digital salary. They claim that maybe 50% of that salary is taken by the administration that they are working for, the government, the regime there. But I won't prefer to be on the side of being judgmental, but one thing I know is that in each and every situation that one is in, you have to apply godly given wisdom to know as to how you are to strategize the kind of life that you are living. Okay, if you happen to live locally the way I am here in my country, Kenya, or even in another country within Africa continent, all what you have to do is to have tendency. You have to plan in an excellent way on how you are to have a saving in monthly basis, because that is meant to be to help someone during the rainy days. What do I mean when I mention rainy days? Rainy days are a situation when maybe you are rendered jobless in that job you are in, and you are forced to even be deported. It would be very shameful if one's just return home with zero cash, because that is where you'll be stigmatized by your fellow or your peers. Everyone will be there to pinpoint your shortcomings, and that is why you and I, whether you are abroad or you are within the locality or African continent, whatever you are engaging in, be it you are a farmer, a businessman, or even you have a career, have that tendency of sparing some savings from your salary. Because all what I know is that money will never be enough to humanity. We keep on craving for more and more and more. And that is why we have to apply the wisdom that we have. First, have a tendency to invest. Buy a land, practice irrigation, plant some vegetables or even fruits, tender your farm, tender the land that you have bought in order for it to bring something. Yeah? And that is how humanity is created, to keep on multiplying whatever you have. I have another example. Okay, I happen to have someone that is so close to me, and that person is in Europe. Okay, about 2 years ago, she visited our country, Kenya, built a home, spent a lot of cash, but as we are here, it has become pathetic, because the built house is not giving out any profit or benefit, because she has to even send cash for the house bills, the water, the electricity. But the house, mind you, it's there. It's only being used by relatives who are starting their life. They have a tendency of occupying it for a moment. When they are on their own feet, they vacate. Others, it has become a rotating. People are rotating in that house while they are starting their life. We all know what I mean. And if someone happens to establish such an asset that will bring no benefit to the owner, that's also an annoyance. Yeah. So we have to plan the kind of life that we want to live. Whether you are a farmer, you are a career, you are employed, you happen to be within African, or you are abroad or Middle East or America, let's all have that tendency of investing, because we know that we will always reap where we have. You will reap what you have sown. If at all you didn't practice the habit of investing, you'll find yourself being a beggar. You'll be a liability even to your own parents, your own kids. And that is why the misogynistics of issues emerges to a point of people not being in good terms. Individually, one has to take care of themselves. And if I continue to pinpoint on investing, I'm still on these youth. Okay, they are being affected by their peer pressures. Peer pressures. You happen to notice that your age mate has just bought a very expensive car, or even the outfit that we wear, and then you go to a point of imitating that, and it's all end up in shame. Let's all plan our life individually, accommodate all the guidelines that one is being given by your elders, because I, for one, am where I am because I listened up to the elders of concerning all what they were advising me on how to invest. I remember in those days, the many years, when I was starting life, I had to plan on how to get a plot. After that, I was to construct a house, a family house. And what followed next is that you find yourself, you're now a landlady or a landlord. It all comes automatically, but it won't come on its own. The good book tells us, the good books from the book of Psalms, chapter 15, verse 1 to 4. Who will be established on this mountain? The one who will be established is the person that you won't talk ill of your neighbor or even of your friend. You won't take bribe to eliminate someone who is close to you. And above all, someone who will move as per codes and regulations, because life has codes and regulations. And if one fails to, that is why we are having early deaths. Others, longevity is being cutted off, because longevity is all about on how we live, on how we mingle with others, on how we are able to stand on our own feet. That is all about the longevity. If one fails on that sphere, you find yourself being a borrower, a beggar. And it's a shame. It's a very big shame, because we have to be very vigilant. We have to be very attentive on the type of life that we are living, because yes, it is possible. It is possible to have prosperity. It's all around us. It's you and I to apply the lay down codes and regulations, and we are winning in this. And as I wind up, I'm from Kenya. The regime that is in has failed us, because it has no plan of how to live and to uplift the life of an individual, the life of the citizens. They are not trading. They're there. It is as if the battle lines have been drawn between the citizens and the regime. And as we are here, things are messy. Everything seems to have collapsed, because we ourselves are to blame, because we chose people that we had not known the intention they have concerning this beautiful country, Kenya. We just imagined that they were good, but they didn't have any idea on how to govern my beloved country. But all in all, there's still a ray of hope, and sooner than later, as things are being planned, we are draining the swamp, and each and every individual, the Kenyan, be it a man or a woman or the youth, we are standing on our own feet. Our prosperity will be our identity, and that's all has been our desire. I see it being confirmed and coded. Thank you.